Hello, hello, hello. Today we are talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it's spoiler talk. This movie came out 30, 40 years ago. And I'm not going to try. I tried doing this video like 3 or 4 times and not talking about spoilers. It's impossible. But I'm going to give a review and I'm going to go immediately into spoiler talk, okay? So, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a beautiful film because you got to think about it, even when going into this film, you know it's very iconic because not only does it picks up or something that was based off the Ed Gein story, but then also he's in that lineup of iconic killers where you talk about Freddy, you talk about Jason, you talk about Pinhead, you talk about Michael Myers, you talk about Chucky. Leatherface is right up there, and he's one of the most human in the series outside of Michael, but Michael does end up being supernatural later on in the series. In this film, compared to the other entries in the other franchises, it's very grounded. It builds tension throughout, and I think is a beautiful first entry into the franchise compared to the other ones. Because I noticed with a lot of the older films or older horror films that I've seen this month, where I'm talking about Sleepaway Camp, where I'm talking about Michael Myers, there are a lot of slow builds, and they're building tension overall. And you get that payoff in the last half an hour, last 15 minutes. This film, throughout, it gives teases. It's very intense, and it builds up to that point. Yes, we do get the reveal of Leatherface around like the half hour point, but even up until then, you feel like there's something not right in this area. So you follow like a group of, like a better word, survivors as they're trying to visit one of their friends' grandfather's grave. And while making the trip to visit that grave, they hear on the radio that there has been grave robbings and somebody has been doing something to the bodies in the grave, digging them up, robbing them and whatnot. So they decide to go investigate. They do run into a hitchhiker, and of course they do discover the house. I think it's called the Wager House. Is it called the Wager House? I don't know. Peacock's not helping me out at all. But they do visit this house, and they find like this family, and this family is very creepy. This film held no punches. I was surprised on the rewatch how quickly everyone died. it was insane. Like, and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't really a chainsaw movie. Now, don't quote me on it, but if I'm counting, he kills more people with that damn hammer than he does the chainsaw in the first film. He kills 3 people with that hammer. He kills the guy who slides the door. He kills the girls who slides the door. Someone that runs in, he kills them with the hammer. And the chainsaw, he gets the guy in the wheelchair, and then he kills somebody else a little bit later on with the chainsaw. So for a chainsaw massacre, he's really not killing nobody with that chainsaw. It's really a mallet fillet. He's just going crazy with that tenderizer. But I do like it from the standpoint that Leatherface, he doesn't talk. You don't know something about him, but you do get a sense that he depends on his family, and he does like take heed to what they say. Someone, even when I was scrolling on TikTok, that they describe Leatherface as the family's guard dog, and people are in there and they're not supposed to be there, and he just doesn't say anything. He just knows that he just attacks. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here, right? But again, this film was great. It was very great. It's everything that I needed within a horror film. A lot of suspense, a lot of things that I'm like, what's going on? What's going to happen to these characters? And again, I can't stress enough, it does not wait until the last hours like those other entries. But granted, I do appreciate the world building, right? But let's get the kills going. Okay, this is a slasher flick. We need them kills very early on. And of course, that ending segment when they're trying to hit her with the hammer, she gets away. She's running. What I didn't really notice on my first viewing of this film is that he's slicing up her back as she's running. Oh my gosh. So when has all that blood, when she's on the back of the pickup truck before Leatherface does his dance, it just makes more sense why she's covered in blood, because she's being cut as she runs away. It added a different layer to it for me as I'm watching. I was like, oh my gosh, she's really trying to escape. Leatherface couldn't cut through the truck door, kind of disappointing. And he let, I think, 2 or 3 people get away because the truck driver didn't get killed, and of course the girl that ran away, the final girl that ran away, she didn't get killed. But I think it's also a victory because he's not one that was defeated, even though he is human, even though he is mortal. It was just an overwhelming force that the only thing you can do in your best interest is just get away, not trying to face him head on. And for that, I think it's very respectable entry to the film. It does make me interested to see the other entries. I know they are reviewed poorly, but I'm not gonna let that get to me because when I went through the Chucky franchise, a lot of or Child's Play, a lot of those films are badly reviewed, and I love all of the Child's Play films outside of Seed of Chucky. I do not need to see that film ever again, ever again, ever again, ever again. It wasn't horrible, but don't need to see it again. Don't need to see it again. But this is one I need to see again, and I look forward to going down the line of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise and to see how they pace the films. Will it be as good? Are they getting the kills out early? Are they doing some world building? Is Leatherface stays mysterious? Does he stay mute? Right? But since you made it this far, please leave a like, comment, and as always, Jaritos on me.